Okay. So I'm able now to update the job status, which is good. So the next thing I want to do for this little Haskell app is what? I want to be able to um, I guess I should just have like a single test that does the tests the flow of getting the pending jobs, downloading the the things inside the jobs, and then updates the job status as done. So the natural place for that to be was in this file I was calling SQL wget integration test. And let's just do the old copy and paste from the other file. So we'll need to update job status. And we have already get job proto from database. And then where in here do I download from wget? Somewhere, I hope. In get job proto from database, I map the download job thing. So I guess I don't really need to test update job status in both files. Let's grab this. And I may need to change imports. You know what I'm realizing? I think that I don't have a good way to sort imports ignoring the word qualified. I think I'll have to come up with a custom way to do that. Or I could just sort the qualifieds on the bottom, but that seems not desirable. Let's just do that for now. And I might need some proto stuff. Do I already have job proto? Yeah. And I don't think I have a job defined here, but I guess I don't really need it because I'm going to pull the jobs out of the database. So what I might want to do is take this update job status thing and add a convenience method called mark job done. And then another one called mark job, I guess, failed. I think that's what I called it. And instead of taking a job status, I'll just take the fetch job. And we'll just delegate out to update job status. I guess for consistency, I should call this completed. Although I'm realizing now that if I want this to, I guess that's fine. I was thinking that this should return, instead of printing, this should kind of return the left or right, the either thingamajig. But I guess this is fine for now. Because I don't think I'm going to have the error handling be any different depending on whether I called completed or failed. Okay, so now get job proto from database. We'll get a bunch of jobs. And this should maybe return an either. It should basically be either an error or a list of jobs. So let's see if I can look at the statement of select pending jobs. It's going to return a list of byte strings. And I'm not really sure what happens if there's an error with respect to the Haskell code, this library that I'm using. But I guess that'll be fine. So I have this status thingy. Here. So I think I should just be able to return a status or like this. Yeah, maybe with parentheses. We'll see if it works without parentheses. And no, I don't want a status or parentheses. I want status or a list of jobs. And so if there's an error, I guess I'm going to have to just return the error. Oh, I see. I think run must return an either or. Or is it session? Or both? Yeah, okay. So run, I guess, returns either an IO of either an int, comma, row error or A. And if I get a if I get an error from the database, which is the condition we're looking at now, then I want to say that's an internal error. So I think I should just be able to do internal status of error. How about show error? And then if I get something valid, which is some list of job stuffs, then right now I'm mapping download job over it, which eventually I do want to do. However, before that, I want to show. I want to encode the message. Right, so no, I want to decode the message. Decode message or die. But really, I want decode message or error. So I'm not. Let me see if ProtoLens has something like that. Decode message delimited H. Let's see if we can find decode message or die. So decode message returns either string or the message, and I guess string is the error. Okay. And so I don't know if I still want map M. Let's look up what exactly map M is. I think it's some kind of monadic map. And I don't remember if I have a underscore here. So, so if T is a foldable and M is a monad, and I give it something that takes in an A and returns a monadified B, and I also give it a T of A, where T is some foldable. So here, download job is, I haven't typed it, but it's doing some sort of IO. So it's taking some message A, which is some proto. Actually, it must be a byte string, right? It's so it takes in a byte string, which must be A, and then it's doing some monad stuff, and it should be basically returning IO of nothing. So I think this is byte string to IO of nothing, and I also give it something about folding a foldable of byte strings. It's going to return IO of something. Map each element of a structure to a monadic action. Evaluate those actions from left to right and ignore the results. For a version that doesn't ignore the results, see map M. Okay, so underscore here, I guess conceptually I can think of as the underscore is like when you assign to an underscore, you can think of that as throwing away the value, both in I think Haskell and also in Go. So I guess that's how I will imagine this underscore. And then map M might be really what I want. So map M says map each element of a structure to a monadic action. Evaluate these actions from left to right and collect the results. And so here, I guess this would be byte string to IO of nothing. And then what is the second argument? I'm not sure how to think about that yet. It gives some traversable. Oh, well, the second argument is the second thing I call map M on, right? Oh, okay. So traversable is like in this case, it's just a list. It seems like the most basic traversable. So I take a thing, and map it over a list, and it keeps in mind the monad. So that's not so bad. All right, but I think I feel like I don't want download job to take a byte string. I'll keep the old download job, but I think I really want it to take a fetch job like that. And then here, I want to map M, not ignoring the result, but encode message on job data list. Except I want the error handling to happen magically. So if this errors out, then encode message will return some sort of error. And how do we handle that? So let me Haskell either. I think you basically want some version of fmap. What about Gemini? So I'll say I have a Haskell function. So I'll say consider the following Haskell function, where decode message returns an either. I'll lie a little bit. I'll say either error custom error or foo. What does it really return, actually, now that I think about it? Or a message. Decode a message from its wire format. And so I think it should return the message type. So I'll call this PJ fetch job. And I'll say, how can I modify this function so that error handling happens correctly? I.e., if decode message returns a left of custom error. Actually, first of all, let's just pretend that it returns a. Yeah, that's fine. I want to return that error. I guess, do I want to return the first error encountered? I suppose so. And I'll send it this. But I'll pretend status or is either custom error. Okay, so it tells me I can use the either function. Actually, let's see if we have. Oops. I think I need to import either. So either gives you case analysis of the either function, which I don't think is what I want. I want to like kind of map through. modify the mapm call to use the either function. This allows checking the result of each encoded message call. So mapm either left encode message. Okay, that's not so bad. This approach uses either blah, blah, blah. Using bind with the maybe monad. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do either of those things. Are those my only two options? Let's try this. In Abseil, there's a macro called status or. Assign or return, which you can call like assign or return string foo some function bar where some function bar returns status or string. Are you familiar with this macro? So Gemini says they're familiar, but it's important to know some key points. It's used to find the value from a status T object to a variable and handle potential errors. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, fine. So I want a similar developer experience in Haskell where I have some function that returns an either error or let's say string. So I'll say I have some function like, what did I call the function up here? Some function bar either error string. And I want to do something like assign or return foo some function bar. No, how do I want to convey this? Because I don't want Gemini to misunderstand me too much. So basically, I want to I'll say using something like template Haskell or functoriality. Oh no. It does, the spell check doesn't like that. Can I achieve this in Haskell? Yeah, okay, so define some error type, have some function. Using maybe for early returns. No, I don't like this. I feel like there's a better way to do it. Let me think for a second. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll come back to this. I know that I feel like I know that there's a simple way to do it. Let me see if there's I think there's some infix kind of thing. And it might just be fmap. So let's just try explain how fmap works with the either functor, with either in Haskell. Okay, so this is saying when you fmap star 2, write 5. So let me see, how do I import either? Oh, there's no constructor for either. Maybe that's what's... Okay, so that's fine. So let's try fmap star 2, right 5. That's fine. And then left. And then I guess if left is anything, it'll just leave it alone. And then what if right is a thing that can't be star 2'd? Okay. So I think that basically I need to have a function, but I guess it's different with lists. So so how can I extend this? Let's try this. 2, 5, 10. Okay, so that seems to work. Although so that doesn't quite work. Also, do I really need fmap or is it just map? So suppose I have list like 1, 2, 1, 3, 5, and a function that returns right of that. How can I use either and something like fmap to get something star 2 of this equals 2, 6, 10. So it says I can use some list comprehension. I can fmap map star 2. That's not bad. It's a little bit bad. So the thing I'm mapping is now just, it contains a map. Is that the idea? Okay. Okay, that should work. So here, I think I can do something like this. And I'm not going to see I'm not going to see if that works because I have to go. But this will fail compiling because I made too many changes for it to properly compile. I guess I'll see. Wait, no, I'm compiling the wrong thing. Maybe we can try compiling it, but not running the tests. Maybe I was compiling the right thing. Oh, no, I was just doing the other test. While it's doing that, let's see if there's anything we can clean up. Okay, this is going to take a while to build. So I do have to go, and I'll check back in with this later. Peace out.